Greetings and welcome to another Obby Live. I want to start by saying hello to a couple of names in the chat. We got Mudlark, Digging Up the Thames, and Nathan Oakley, plus Bible U. So, yeah, thanks for being here. Bible U asks how I could possibly run at this time. Am I clashing with another video? Apologies if so. We're not going too long tonight, 20 minutes, half an hour or so. So if there is another great live stream going on at the minute, as I know a load of you guys put out awesome content, both Bible U and Nathan Oakley and Mudlark, you all upload to YouTube, and I'm subscribed to you all. So if you've got your own premieres or live streams going on, then don't worry, we won't be keeping you for too long this evening. Let me just check audio's playing back all right. We can turn off our background music. Mudlark mentions tonight's topic, which is they doubt the recent story that is pretty much dominated the headlines, that the King of England has the big C. Now, here's a little story about how I guess I came into making videos on this sort of topics. You know, where it began for me was a guy I knew at work, and you know, he long hair, beard, and very much hippie conspiracy theorist, you could call him. Anyway, he originally told me about Richard D. Hall, and his video about Madeleine McCann, and that was the first one I watched, which opened my eyes to, my goodness, the mainstream media certainly do not report facts. That's one thing, or at least establish facts. And he also told me at the time, oh, the royal family, isn't it funny how they never get ill? And the reason he gave was they were hiding homeopathy, which I believe is a very questionable New Age practice. Although, I don't know, I'm not sure if you'd call it questionable. Homeopathy, any opinion on it? If you think of, I think the idea of homeopathy is, let's say a virus is going to kill you, a bug of some sort. They take a very small amount of this bug and dilute it 1,000 times, and then you're supposed to, put it into you, and it builds up a resistance. Very much on the same lines as what a vaccine would be. They put a very small amount of the virus, apparently, into us, and that helps strengthen us. Not a million miles from homeopathy, I guess. I hope I got the right name. I mix it up with hydropathy. By the way, of course, we're on a very dangerous subject. Medical information. Nothing we're sharing tonight will in any way go against anything the World Health Organization will tell you. I want to make that absolutely clear. And yeah, I once appealed a YouTube video that got taken down for going against the advice of the World Health Organization, and I replied to them, appealed, and said, I will shame, shun, and ignore anyone that ever questions the World Health Organization. It was a bit tongue-in-cheek, but they put the video back up. So, yeah, please don't mistake anything I say tonight as medical advice, because it 100% isn't the advice you would get from a doctor's surgery. I can promise you that. Oh, Sarah Ferguson's got it. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, one of the original people to lead me into the idea of investigating the news was this guy who told me about the royal family never got ill because they used homeopathy. And at the same time, it was deliberately marginalized in the mainstream as alternative medicine. But I now find it interesting that our king has had not only BS19, he's now diagnosed with the big C. Lovely to see Joker Man in the chat. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Someone else who uploads content. We're full of content producers here this evening, so thanks for tuning in. Bobby says YouTube took down a video for health disinfo when I didn't even talk about it. Immediately rejected my appeal. Yeah, it was very much like that in the 2020 and 2021. You could not discuss certain subjects. Even the mere hint of it would have you, as you say, Bible, you may not even have discussed it in your video, but back then, if you were suggesting anything contrary to certain advisory boards, I guess you could call it. I want to take you back to a video I made it was another series of live streams I did, the Bobby Z Show, episode 6 this is. Let me just bring my display up for a second. Right, I don't think you're going to hear audio. Hang on, bear with me one sec. Let me set this up just a little bit better. Do you know what? I did not bring a drink up with me, meaning that meaning that I need to actually grab it. So what I'm going to do is leave this Bobby Z Show playing for like 30 seconds while I grab my cup of tea, which has probably now gone stone cold, my Earl Grey, and I'll leave you watching this for, as I say, a couple of seconds. Let me line it up a bit better. Yeah, thanks by the way to you guys in the live chat. It is appreciated to have you commenting tonight. Yeah, this is me from about a year ago probably. I think I made this video and it kind of links in. So I'm going to mute myself for a minute, play this, and we'll be back in about a minute. They're at enemy to me over on Twitter. Right, where are we? Yeah, following the success of the COVID vaccines using the same messenger ribonucleic acid technology, scientists now want to conduct more trials in cancer patients. Now that's a weird one for me. What do you think they mean when they say the success of COVID vaccines? Do they mean how successful it was in stopping people getting ill? How successful it was in preventing people from passing on this particular illness? No, what they mean is they got lots of uptake. It's like a phone manufacturer, for example. They bring out the biggest pile of crap going, Apple. Okay, I'm now back with Earl Grey tea in hand, so should be able to keep this live stream going. Yeah, this was one from one of the Bobby Z shows, which is another playlist. And I was talking about how they'd now kind of created a vaccine for cancer. And I asked the question, is this something that, well, let's see, if any things happen which might suggest people might want to start taking a cancer vaccine. Goodness me. Okay. The world's gone mad. As I said, no medical information being offered here, of course. So, someone sent me a tweet. Well, it was a screenshot of a tweet, and it reminded me of that very video I just showed. Actually, if we go back to the display, I also made that video into a short, I believe. How Big Pharma defines success, and basically pointing out that how they consider success is how, it's not necessarily based on user satisfaction, shall we say. Let's say, for example, a big product was offered to people, and a lot of people took it, and following that, people started collapsing everywhere. It might not necessarily look like it's had a good outcome. However, as long as it makes a lot of money, gets a lot of, public money, hospitals buying it, then that would be considered a massive success as far as, vaccine manufacturers are concerned. No two ways about that. So I saw it interesting when I was sent this tweet, or I was sent a screenshot of this tweet, and I found the channel Scotty Goes Again. I think, to be fair, we should share a link to this guy's tweet in the live chat, and I'll put it in the description as well. Tweet. Scotty is suggesting, watch him now take an experimental mRNA cancer jab and amaze the world with his swift recovery. Wouldn't surprise me. Referring to, of course, King Charles getting struck down with the big C. Other than, you know, seeing things on Twitter or seeing random news stories being advertised to me, I don't follow the mainstream press other than when it gets forced upon me. However, many stories you just cannot escape. For me, I'm fortunate nowadays in that I don't discuss this kind of rubbish with, I think people know not, you know, my family know not to bring these subjects up around me because they won't like what my take on it is going to be. So fortunately, yeah, my family have become tolerant of my alternative outlook on the press. So, yeah, according to, apparently, his diagnosis latest updates. Harry returns home because this is such a big deal that his dad's got the big C, so they can bring out Harry. And Meghan's pictured, right? What, not, you know, someone took a picture of Meghan Markle as well, so better read this story. While other royals continue to carry out engagements as monarch recuperates. By engagements, are we talking about, well, the engagements they do in front of cameras literally involve them being given gifts, smashing bottles of wine against ships, being sent away to far-flung places. And let's not forget, Meghan was pictured, so they've dressed someone up like Meghan Markle. I mean, fair enough, she's gone out in the rain, this woman, as her engagement, while her brother, no, sorry, yeah, Charles is her brother, of course, younger brother, lies decrepit in a hospital bed. She's still going out there and engaging. She hasn't done, I mean, this is, how many people, when they learn that the family member's been diagnosed with something, just stop going to work? It's not real life for many people. Is that Martin Clunes? Certainly looks like him. Is that his name? Martin Clunes? Yeah. He turns up. I'm not sure. If it isn't him, it certainly looks like him. Right. He's got a lazy eye, actually, so I don't think it is Martin Clunes. I'm not sure. I just wanted to check that one out. Right, we're not going to lose the chat, so I'm just going to go back and have a quick look at that a sec. Jokerman says they've been given jabs to girls in school for ovarian cancer for about a decade. I was not aware of that. And Bible U points out success for them, not peasants. Yeah, Jokerman, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, I remember being lined up at school. We were all sent letters home and we all had to go into a hallway one day at school and sit down, and we were talked about how the following day we would all be taken one class at a time to have our jabs or whatever. And some kid behind me ended up collapsing because he couldn't handle talking about he couldn't handle needles, which for a lot of people, yeah, my wife's the same. She'll pass out, or she used to. She's better now. I've seen her literally short circuit just on that subject. Hang on. Anyway, the next day we were all led into what is the dining room. It was also the vaccine room on that day. We were given a shot in the arm and a cube of sugar, I think it was. They probably gave us a tablet as well. I wouldn't be surprised. Jokeman also asks about immortality juice. Some of the celebs are going on about. if it's... No, Jokerman, to be honest, I haven't heard of any specific juice that gets talked about. However, I would say anything talked about by a celebrity, it will be an endorsement for one product or another. That is how I would see it. If the press are talking about it and it's something and it's something that gets covered by a newspaper, then it will be in that newspaper because companies have sent out people to try and, sell their stories. That's how it works. Marketing, that is pretty much the main purpose. Right, we'll also catch up on some of the other pictures. We haven't seen pictures of Meghan yet, so we're not going to finish just yet. Whilst his father has received news that he's got the big C, Prince William releases a slick video praising the work of the air ambulance. So he isn't actually getting on the air ambulances and going out and helping people. He just makes videos talking about how good they are. Yeah, again, this is marketing, of course, that public money should be spent on helicopters. And yeah, I'm not saying that they're not valuable to a person. I'm sure if I was stuck on a cliff, I'd really want to know, I'd be very grateful if there was a public air ambulance available, definitely. So I'm not knocking it, but yeah, this is, do we really believe William, this person pictured here, is capable of flying a helicopter? I'm going to say no, probably not. Propaganda. On that subject, actually, I believe... Does anyone remember the claim or rumour that the Queen could strip a tank in like 10 minutes or some rubbish like that? I might have a quick look for that, because they do make an awful lot of rubbish claims. Queen Elizabeth strip a tank. I'm sure it was always claimed that Queen Elizabeth could do such a feat. Whether we'll find it anywhere, well, she certainly rode a tank, apparently, according to these pictures, I'm guessing. There we go. Yeah, this is I expect if you watch this programme about the Queen in 1945 climbing on a tank, it would make the claim that she can strip it. Right, our page has gone a bit weird there. Goodness sakes, right. Oh, it scrolls left to right. That was confusing. My apologies. Okay, so yeah, my opinion on... Did Charles... Has Charles, are what we're hearing about this guy remotely true? Is it just going to be some effort to get us all to take another one of their treatment options? We will see. Yeah, I have shared my thoughts and opinions on the Big C before. The only thing I could, offer is I heard about a person who, after losing their partner to the Big C, they refused to be screened for it. And yeah, I guess they thought ignorance was bliss. We'll go that route, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that's is the main subject. Charles and his diagnosis. Here's his brother, of course. could the king's diagnosis lead to another regency? And then they tell us about, will it be possible someone else will step in as the king for a little bit and make history? All the big what ifs. Could it be Charles never makes it onto a banknote? I'm not sure how long that's going to take for him to start appearing on our money. He hasn't yet. Princess Anne leaves crowds in stitches after a joke about chocolate cake. I bet her joke was not that funny, but I am keen to hear it, you know. Princess Anne left onlookers laughing out loud over a joke about a chocolate cake, as well-wishers rushed to offer support for King Charles after his cancer diagnosis. I want to hear a joke. If people were in stitches, they surely would have written it down. It was surely quotable. Nope, we just go straight on to royal commentator Angela Levin slams timing of Harry's visit to see the king. Everything Harry and Meghan do at the minute are, properly frowned on by a lot of the press, it would seem. To the point where a royal correspondent can slag off someone whose dad's just been told they've got cancer. She can criticise the timing of one of the sons coming to visit their dad. What? How mental. I am kind of keen to hear Princess Anne's joke. I'm not sure if we'll catch that before the end of the stream. You might be lucky. We've got about 5 minutes. I also will do a catch-up on the stream I did last week, where I looked to see if... where I reached out to Katie Hopkins and asked if she would retweet something for me. We will have a look in a minute. We'll check out Twitter and see if she ever did that for me before we go. As well, I want to find out, Derek Draper, what's going on with his funeral. I am actually quite curious to see how many of my guesses come right. That's got to be the guy from Doc Martin and Men Behaving Badly. I can't think of his actual name now. He looks absolutely very similar to me. I don't know. I can't see his name badge, so I couldn't possibly tell you. Yeah, this is the moment just before Princess Anne gets or is it Margaret? Anne? Margaret? I don't know. This is... she's just about to tell everyone a hilarious joke about chocolate cake. Oh, I only get gifted 20 chocolate cakes a week. And obviously everyone found that hysterical, so probably gave her a chocolate cake. I bet she walked away with probably all of that on the table. It was a gift for this woman. Who knows. Okay. I'm sorry, by the way, if my flicking through web pages is a bit disorientating. I do often, when I watch back my videos, get a bit overwhelmed with all the flickering around, so my apologies. Let's see. Nathan asks about tank stripping. Yes, has anyone else heard that that the Queen can apparently strip a tank? Well, when she was alive, obviously. Mudlark has a Charles 50p. Wow, I've never come across one of them so far, Mudlark. So you're in advance of me. Jokerman says, Anne visited your school. Yeah, I think she visited my previous place of work, where I used to work. I can't remember. I think it was Prince Philip was the patron for it, because it was a charity to begin with. Well, it was a charity throughout the whole time I worked for them. And yeah, Charles was a patron, and I believe... Philip was the patron. And he visited, by all accounts... Yeah, there's Anne as well, Princess Anne, I think it was. Visited... there was some pictures of her shaking hands with the manager or something. Mudlark's not expecting to come across any more. Yeah, I would keep that, definitely. Yeah, I would love to see Mudlark make a video of it. You should, if, you know, get it on video and upload it as a short, because a lot of people haven't seen that yet, so I would certainly be interested in seeing what it looks like. Bible U says, which royal was it who said he'd like to come back as a virus? Oh, okay. I don't think that was a royal. I think that, okay, what I thought you were going to say was a reference to Prince, or now King Charles, made the claim that he wishes he could be reincarnated as, oh, I'm probably mixing these quotes up, so he wanted to come back as Camilla's sanitary material or something. I don't know. It's, you know, by all accounts, established that when he was married to Diana, he made these kind of inappropriate messages or said inappropriate stuff to Camilla, one of which was, I wish I was your... I can't even say it. I'm sorry. Yeah, Mudlark's put it in the chat. Thank you. Obviously, tampon's not a dirty word, but saying it as a whole, just the whole sentence, just makes me a bit... ugh. But as for who said they wanted to come back as a virus and wipe out mankind, yes, you're right. That was Philip, and we once did on the passing of Philip. Let's go back to our display. When Philip passed, I did a live stream called... It was a Prince Philip quiz, and I believe that might have been one of the questions about... Let's see, can we find it? I mean, it was a good couple of years back now that he passed away. Or maybe it wasn't that long ago, who knows. It was probably 2 years ago. Yeah, apologies for me. I'll tell you what, while we're scrolling, we'll have a look at the live chat. Mudlark, mentions phone calls being leaked. And who hacked it? Was it a hacked phone call where Charles was heard saying that about Camilla? As far as I know, it came up during the interview of... when she was interviewed by Martin Bashir. Diana, I think, made that comment. Right, we finally found the video that I did. Philip themed quiz night. Who won that one? April the 11th, 2021. So it must have been due to his passing that we did a quiz about Phillips. Like, the questions were... When meeting a woman... When meeting a woman with an assistance dog in 2002, what type of dog did Philip joke was now available? It's, yeah, all questions like that. Let's see. And I wouldn't be surprised if I reference that one about... what did Philip ask a wheelchair-bound care home resident in 2002? Goodness knows. You have to watch it to find out the answers. I don't even remember the answers to half of these. In 1995, what did Philip ask a Scottish driving instructor about his pupils? Goodness knows. Yeah, by all accounts, he made some inappropriate comments to young women about becoming pole dancers. I could have got that wrong, but that's definitely... Yeah, we do, when we look at the answers, I'm sure I would have given a source for it. I hope, anyway. I hope I didn't just, you know. Yeah, some of my quiz nights have gone well. Some of them have been absolute disasters, where, you know, I've asked an impossible question or something that no one can possibly get the right answer to. It was a maths question, that was it. I was trying to be clever and I totally messed it up. I think Mudlark might have been taking part in that quiz, if I remember rightly, and people were giving me the right answer over and over, but because I had written it wrong, yeah, it was probably quite a frustrating experience for anyone taking part in that quiz. But them's live streams for you. Right. Jokerman says the fake baby one was good. You'll have to be more specific, Jokerman. I've made hundreds of fake baby videos, assuming you're referring to something I did. But thank you, yeah. Yeah, there's no shortage of them on my channel about fabricated babies. Right, before we finish this evening then, we're gonna pop over to Twitter and have a look if I got any response to my tweet. By the way, the tweet that I originally got, yeah, the channel Scotty Goes Again, you'll have to check it out for yourself, see what you think about it. He's got a huge amount of followers, so might be a good follow, I'm not sure. He calls himself a cynical beastard, and he was banned for 2 years. Okay, I'll just go to my replies. How well received was my request to Katie Hopkins, where I asked if she would retweet a link to some things? I may have hinted at you being insensitive. It was viewed by 15 people. Hang on, where are the analytics? Got a single like by a cam actress or one of these ridiculous bots. Everything I put on Twitter now seems to get liked or followed by accounts where it's all, you know, the people who supposedly you can watch them on camera. It's probably all a scam. I wouldn't go anywhere near it. Yeah, it hasn't been responded to by Katie Hopkins just yet. However, I will mention that video I put out the other week, my last week's live stream. My live streams never get a huge amount of views. If they get 100 nowadays, then, you know, I consider they've done all right. Last week's one is something like the 15th best viewed live stream I've done or something. Go on, we'll go back once more to my channel. One more moment of indulgence. Hang on. And then we'll catch up with the live stream before we end. Where are we? Yeah, if I go to my live streams, sort them by popularity. This is the top 8, 9, 10, 11. My video, Tweeting Katie Hopkins Live, is like the 11th most popular live stream that is still on my channel. I mean, I've had some taken down, obviously. So, yeah, and I did think it was less than half an hour long. I was, you know, specifically on about one subject, perhaps. Yeah, or it was probably just because I put the name Katie Hopkins. So we'll see if this video follows suit. Okay, before you do leave us this evening, because we are going to be finishing the stream in a minute, I would humbly request you take the time to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the content, subscribing and sharing. I would also strongly recommend checking out links in the description of the video. Actually, let me bring up the screen one more time and I'll just show you on, most of you probably know this already, but if you go on to any subjects or videos or things I've shared in the live stream, sorry, in the live chat, I'll put a link to here. So, yeah, make sure you check out the description. Yeah, you can find links to other places where you can find me. By the way, Bible you in the live chat, I hope you're still with us. I thought you had is it Linktree or some website where you compiled all the places you can find your content? I thought that was really good. T-Tree or YT-Tree or something? I don't know. Oh, Mudlark's going to follow me. Brilliant. In fact, let's do it live before we finish. I'm going to try and find Mudlark on X. Well, I'm assuming you are... That's assuming you're Mudlark on X. I don't know. I thought maybe I did follow you already. Possibly. YR-Tree. Brilliant. Thank you for sharing that link, Bible you. Yeah, I'm going to have a quick look at it because I thought it was laid out really well. Hang on. I think I just brought up my numerology calculator for some reason. Completely by accident. Yeah, I've not seen YR-Tree before. YR-Tree.me, but it looks like it could be pretty decent. Well, I don't know. Share your experiences, Bible you. It seems like a convenient way to put all your content in one place. So yeah, thanks. Great stuff. I will of course put a link to this. Yeah, Bible user. I managed to catch their live stream for her live stream for the first time last night, and yeah, very, another wonderful YouTuber. I could also, sort of imagine, yeah, not too dissimilar to my own channel. So check this person's content out. As I would say about what am I doing? As I would say about everyone in the live chat tonight. Yeah, did I have my display on when I showed Y-Tree? I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't. I'm sure I did. Sorry. Yeah, this live stream's gone on 9 minutes longer than it should have, and I'm going to start rambling if I don't end it there. Huge thanks to Bible you, Mudlark Digging Up the Thames, Jokerman, and Nathan Oakley for taking the time to comment in the live chat tonight. Have I missed anyone else? Apologies if I have, actually. And thanks to everyone who's at least taken the time to comment. Oh, Jokerman says, check out the 72 names of God. Yahweh is, as far as I'm concerned, the name of God. No, that is, according to Scripture, the name of our loving Father. Who? Thanks for mentioning, Jokerman. I always come to a Friday or following my live streams and think, I never thank God for blessing us with this chance to put up some content. So yeah, thanks. We're coming up to Sabbath day, as I couldn't strongly recommend enough people observe the Sabbath day. The most wonderful way to start your week is by observing the day of rest. Yes, but I say that in pretty much hopefully I say it in every live stream. If not, I should be. Okay. Right. I do also put up a sheet, a couple of names in there, Jokerman and Nathan. Make it onto a sheet. I've got, hang on, where are we? Thanks to the names on the screen at the minute, and to everyone that takes the time to follow the live stream and watch this video. Yeah, if you want to find out how you can get your name on this list of people I share, huge thanks and appreciation for, then check out the links in the description. And thanks to anyone who takes the time to hit the like button. Leave a comment is always appreciated as well. And yeah, have a wonderful weekend is my suggestion. Okay, I'm going to put on the music that we put on before we play out. And I also thank anyone. Okay. Yeah, have a good weekend. I'll be back soon. And Joker Man, out of interest, you've got about 30 seconds to answer this if you're still with us. What would you consider the name of our creator, out of interest? But yeah, thanks for suggesting that. Okay, it is time to say over and out. Good night, Bobby. Yeah, I can't wait to see your video. No pressure, of course, but I'd love to see your video on the 50p. I've not seen one yet, but then I don't handle a lot of money, so it's not that surprising. Okay, take care. Good night.